guys, so welcome to a new thing. It's kind of a speed build for my legacy challenge. I kind of realised that I don't really have a spot to put all the gravestones and or urns that I get, so I figured I would build a graveyard. I would try, because you know, how bad could that go? And yeah, I'll start this video off. For anyone new to my channel, anyone finding my channel through this video, I'm a terrible builder. Just know that before coming into this. Like, you're 40 seconds in, now's your chance to get out. But yeah, I wanted this grand archway, like, to kind of simulate the gates just before a cemetery, you know, kind of when you walk through. Unfortunately, as you can see, that's not really working for me, so I go back to my original idea of just having the small rooms and just having kind of a roof on it, which it gets better. Just bear with me, it gets better. Yeah, and I wanted it really rocky and stony and kind of, I'm not sure if grungy looking is the right word, maybe old? Like old looking is kind of what I wanted there. So yeah, and I'm kind of, in my head, I could see that it looked funny, like I wasn't like too impressed with it, so I thought maybe if I kind of just made it look like, not overgrown, but like I gave up on that idea and I was like, vines, it needs vines, and as you can see, it's evident I do not know where the vines are just yet. Don't worry, I'll find them later. But yeah, I was like, fine. At that stage, I thought I must have had them in my expansion pack, and here I kind of wanted diagonal stairs. As you can see, I'm trying to put them on. Clearly don't know what I'm doing, so I settled for just a square room here, and this is going to be a mausoleum. So yeah, which is cool, and I'm kind of really bummed that you can't make certain rooms like, how should I say this, taller. And now that kind of in hindsight I realise I could have just built like another story on top of it and made that one like short. In hindsight, that's something I could have done. I did not think of that. But here I kind of wanted like not a grand staircase, but like just a small one and have like statues on either side. So I'm trying to make room for the statues here. And I thought it looked weird with like the walkways around the edge of it, so I'm just making them a bit smaller. Sorry for the really dodgy camera work. Again, I'm quite new to this. And again, going with the old themes there. I tried fences there, and I wasn't too impressed with that. I think in the end I just leave it open and have like just columns holding up the roof. I'm not 100% sold on it, but yeah, it's what I went with for this moment. Like, at this current stage. This is all subjective to change as I move through the legacy. We're only in generation 2 at the moment, soon to be 3. And here I kind of wanted to make like a pond, I guess you'd say, and you know, with the whole murky water thing and lots of plants. I kind of went with a really odd shape because I figure ponds are never like, you know, just round. Well, I guess some are, but like I wanted a more natural looking thing that is just kind of moving with the earth, if you will. But yeah, I'm a little bit happy with this because I never really know what to put in there, and you can't tell, but I took my time picking the plants and stuff around it and the rocks. So I had a lot of fun doing that, actually. Looking back at this, I can see where I can add just a bit more foliage to make that look just a bit more natural. But yeah, I was kind of a little bit happy with that. And I think it was at this point that I'm like, okay, roofs maybe should round a bit, but because it's only like 1 by 1, it looked funny rounded, like you could only really go, I don't know, up or round. There I thought maybe a fountain, but then I was like, it's a pond. Like, a pond's going to have a fountain in it in a cemetery. Come on. No, there's probably some that do, now that I mention it, but you know, I haven't been to one, I'm not judging. And here I thought maybe a little garden, and yeah, just a little garden in the centre of it, like a centrepiece. I kind of like that, how I sort of moved it all to fit and made it all pretty. At least I think it is. I wish, looking at what I'm doing there, I wish you could like eyedrop terrain. I wish that was a thing. Here's where is going to be one lot of headstones. In my mind, I was going to have the founder, which is Madison Crowley. She and her spouse Jabari are going into the mausoleum, along with the photos of them. There'll be photos of the mausoleum at the end of the video. But then I thought kind of every heir after that should get their own little space. So I made kind of that tiny little like section for, I'm not sure what you'd call them, like, what do you call a section for headstones and stuff? What do you call that? But yeah, I made that. So one of them's going to be for the heirs, and I'm not sure if I should make them next to their spouses as well, or if they can just go in the other one, which is for the siblings, basically, of the legacy, of the family. Because it's my succession law, one of them is democracy. So in order for people to vote, there needs to be a choice, right? It's like, makes no sense just to vote on one thing. So there's lots of siblings, so that place is a lot bigger than the one you just saw there. It comes up, you'll see. If you stick around for that long, you'll see. And here I'm just trying to, even though I kind of wanted it like, I'm not sure if morbid is the right word, but you know, just a little bit sad or whatever. I thought there's still a lot of plants and stuff, people kind of paying their respects to their ancestors and stuff with flowers and things like that. So I put those there thinking that people would like to look after them. There we go with the statues kind of thing. I'm not sure if they should be bigger or not, you know. But yeah. Again with the no eyedropper on the terrain, I really wish that was a thing. But I love that terrain with the really large like stones. Yeah, you could sort of see I'd already planned out where that second like plot, if you will, was going to go. Yeah, here we are. See, I told you I didn't lie. Which is a lot larger than the other one. I guess, you never know, we might need another cemetery. Like, the first generation had, what, four siblings? And then, obviously, no. It had, okay, so we had the twins, which is Sadie and Arlene, and then we had the triplets, right, which was Laurie, Cleo, and the other one, Gillian. And then we had successor or heir, which is Braylon. So there were 5 siblings, sorry. And that was just for the one generation. So at the moment, I think there's 2 siblings in this current generation. So that's, yeah, straight up, that's just 7 headstones and 2 generations. We're not even like a third of the way through. So we will definitely need a bigger place, I think. And here I am trying to, again, recreate that natural pond look. I'm not sure if I did it too well with this one. I think I really liked those trees with the red leaves and stuff. I think they're alien plants or whatever, but I really liked them. But I'm not sure if they're too bright for a cemetery, you know? I guess, like, if you choose to download this, bless you if you do. But yeah, if you choose to download this, you can probably change that if you like. I won't judge you. And here I'm just adding a nice little bench for people to sit and cry on, because cemeteries are a really sad place. Like, they're awful. They're pretty, but they're very sad. I don't like going in cemeteries. And yeah, I found, is that an awning? Is that what you'd call it? Yeah. I saw that before, I really liked it, and here we go, I found some vines, yay! Which, is that vines or moss? But, you know, I found the plants to put on some, like, to add a little bit more oomph to them, if you will, and then here I am just chucking them up. I wish there was I wish I thought of a better way to do that. And look at me, I did the buy debug menu and show hidden objects kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know, I'm really happy with what I've done, because again, I will reiterate, I am not the best builder, so the last kind of speed build that I did like this was for the You Build challenge, and we did an apartment, and let me tell you a thing, when watching the others build their apartments was just so, like, oh my god, these people can build, what am I doing with these people? Like, I should have left them go in my apartment. My apartment's probably, like, belongs to the one creepy guy that you just don't want to ever talk to. That's it. That's what I was going for. But yeah, messing with a whole heap of plants. I wasn't too happy with that rose bush, but I kind of liked it a lot better than anything else. And of course, there's the woohoo bush, because why not? You know, you could create life in a place of death. Who knows, you know? I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. You can respect it in any way you want. I figured more seating, more heating. An elephant, why not? But yeah, I don't know, I really just kind of tried to make it pretty. That was the really underlining theme, like old and pretty, I say, as we can have a look at those like brand new toilets there. But you know, cemeteries need toilets, you know? And oh yes, here's when I realised that we had the Day of the Dead content coming out, because I built this before the challenge started, so I couldn't find the Day of the Dead table. I knew they had one, so I started searching for it, and I found the statue there, and there we go. There she is. And some candles. Those candles are super pretty, by the way. I love them. But yeah, I really liked it. I'm not 100% sold on that. I think I just put that in for the sake of, like, that's the Day of the Dead place. And I think, yeah, in here, I kind of, again, this mausoleum was only meant to be a spot for Madison and Jabari. And I put in, like, little tables. I think they're meant to look like coffins, even though you can't really get coffins, but that's what they're meant to look like. My favourite is I put that little skull rug in there. Is that in bad taste? But yeah, I kind of tried to do it, like, really rocky and kind of dark, and I think old. Old's that theme there. But I love that wall. Thank you, Dine Out. And I'm just kind of, yeah, and that's pretty much the build, other than these few plants just on the outside of this. So it'll be in the gallery. I think it's Byden LP. You'll find me. And I guess I'll just leave it off with some pictures. Thanks for watching. Bye.